Have you ever wanted to try fly fishing but didn't know the equipment you needed to start? You'll want to stick around. Welcome back to Outdoor Skills Made Easy. You may want to try fly fishing but really are confused or intimidated by the equipment that you might need. So let's review that really quick, and I'll give you a breakdown of things that I like to use. Of course, you need your pole, handle with the reel, and you'll notice that on the reel I've got a green floating fly line, but it doesn't fill the entire reel. It's got some backing to start with. So backing on the reel, then the fly line. Attached to the fly line is a tapered leader. So you can see the floating line and then the tapered leader, which starts at a larger diameter and tapers down to a small diameter. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a tiny knot that I've got some tippet on. And that's just a smaller line. And on the end of the smaller line, I've got a fly. So this is a floating fly because I really like to watch the fish come up and take the fly as I try and set the hook. So that's the basics of what you need to start with. Now let's talk about some of the other equipment that I like. You'll notice that I've got some magnifying glasses here that flip up and down. My eyes are not what they used to be. So when I'm tying my fly on, I call these my binoculars. So I'll just flip those down, be able to tie my fly on, and we taught some of our knots in a previous video, so you can go back and review and find the knot that's best and easiest for you to tie. The first thing that I like to have on me is a little line straightener. So it's a piece of leather, and on the inside we have some rubberized material. After your line's been on your reel for a while and you're ready to break it out, it'll have a lot of loops that have just naturally set. So if you run your line between this and give it a pull, it will straighten out the line for you and you'll be ready to go. The next thing that I like is a clipper that's on a retractable string. It keeps it very handy so I can clip the ends of the line after I've tied my knot. On the end of the clippers, it's a little needle that you can clean out the eye of your hook if you need to. And finally, I need to have a pair of forceps. So forceps are great for pulling the fly out of my fly box, and I've got a lot of pockets on this vest. So I'll be able to open my fly box, grab the fly that I like, and have that held so that I can now put down my magnifying glasses and see my line as I'm going through the eye of the fly to tie it on. I can also use my forceps once I've got a fish hooked to release the fish without handling it, keeping it in the net. If you like floating flies, you'll like a little bit of floating material that you just dab on your finger, rub it on the fly, and it'll help the fly to float when you're fishing. So I've got my line all set up. The fish are jumping. Let's go give it a go. You might notice that I have a little net hanging from the back of my fly vest. It's very handy. When it came in the store, it had a magnet that was attached to the handle. I took the magnet off and attached the other end of the magnet to the end of my fly vest so it connects and it's always handy. So when I do catch a fish, boom, ready to go. Unlike a casting rod, when the line goes out, it's because of the weight of the bait. When you're fly fishing, the line goes out because of the weight of the line. So it's a much slower process. Bring your line back to about position, if this is a clock, we're going to go from 2 o'clock to 10 o'clock. 2 o'clock to 10 o'clock in our cast, nice and smooth. On the back cast, you have to wait for the line to get behind you and then smoothly cast it forward. The distance that you will get from your line going out is due to the weight of the line and the technique that you have. Back, and then release your line as it goes forward. Back, release your line, and it's the weight of the line that takes the fly out. Come on fish, let's go. We got a movie we're doing here. I want to go a little further out, so I'm going to pull some more line out. And on the forward cast, I'm going to release it. One more time, we'll pull some line out. Pick up my cast. Forward cast, release the line that I've pulled out. Get a little bit more distance. Okay, so I'm seeing something jumping off to my left. I'm going to try and target that, see if I can get them to come over and take a look at my fly. They're starting to be a little more active. One right in front of me here. There we go. See if you can see that one. That was close. Come on, baby. That was a little bit of a splash, might have encouraged him to come and take a look. There we go. Fish on. And I'm not reeling him in, I'm just pulling the line through my fingers that's on my grip. Whoa, he's a fighter. Let's see if we can bring him in close. Beautiful rainbow, mountain rainbow trout, and he's perfectly caught right in the corner of his lip. We're going to unhook him here. Turn him over. What a treat to be fishing a mountain lake at sunset. Life doesn't get better than this. Don't be intimidated by the intricacies of the purest fly fisherman. Anybody can do this. Somebody's got to start somewhere. Get your basic equipment, talk to your local fly shop and ask them, what are the fish hitting in the area that I want to fish? And they'll give you a hand. Start somewhere. I hope that this has been informative and enjoyable for you. And I hope that you'll join us again at OSME TV.